In this video, I'll be sharing with you a tutorial on how to cut this backless shirt. And this shirt is from Ayamolowo stores. So without much wasting time, let's dive right into today's video. So here's my pattern paper. So the first thing is to determine your shirt length. And if you notice, the shirt at the front is a bit pointy, which is longer than that of the side. So you're going to use the pointy side or the front part of this shirt to determine the length of your shirt. After that, I went ahead to mark my button allowance. So for your button allowance, you're going to use 2.5 inches or 3 inches, so that by the time you fold it, you're going to go ahead to have like 1 inch left or 1.5 inches left. So this is a pattern paper and I went ahead to mark 1.5 inches, so which means that when you're cutting out your pattern at the front part, whatever you have at the button allowance, you multiply it by 2. Since my button allowance is 1.5, just know that what you'll be cutting out at that place is 3 inches, so that by the time you fold it back, you're going to have 1.5. So I went ahead to mark my measurements, which is my shoulder to bust, shoulder to waist, and the blouse length, or the shirt length rather. Now I'm going to use my marker to outline this. So use any shirt length of your choice, but you have to take your measurements. From your button allowance, mark your shoulder divided by 2 and come down by 1 inch. Now you're going to mark a basic neckline of 3 inches and go ahead to connect. Now, after marking that, you're going to find your chest line, which is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Now, I went ahead to draw out a straight line on that point. The measurement you have on your shoulder, mark it on the chest line, which is your shoulder divided by 2, place and connect. Now, you're going to go ahead to divide what you have there into 2, come out by ½ inch, and on the chest line, you're going to mark your bust circumference divided by 4. That is your round measurement on the bust, divide it by 4 and mark. My bust is 33 divided by 4. I have 8.3 inches, which is approximately 8.3 inches. Now place your curve drill from that point to the midpoint and to the upper part of your pattern this way. So after you're done connecting, the next step you're going to take is to go ahead to mark your measurement. So another thing you need to take note of is that this shirt is free, so whatever measurement you mark, you're going to add is to it. Now I went ahead to mark a basic neckline of 3 by 3 inches for this shirt pattern. Now after this, I'll go ahead to outline. So the next step I'll take is to go ahead to mark my bust circumference divided by 4. Now for ease, you can add 1.5 to 2 inches. Now mark your waist circumference divided by 4. Now you can add 1.5 to 2 inches depending on how free you want the shirt to be. If you notice, the shirt is not that fitted on the body. Now after marking that, I'm going to go ahead to mark my hip circumference divided by 4 and add ease. So now, if you're the type that has like a very slim waistline, just like me, you can go ahead to like add few inches after your waistline, so that your shirt pattern does not turn out curvy. Because my waist is slightly small, my waist is 28 inches, approximately 28 inches. So whenever I'm making my shirt, I don't really use my actual waist measurement because I don't like my shirts coming out curvy. So after marking this is what I have. Now we're going to alter this pattern. Now for the extension at the back of my shirt, you're going to cut it together if you don't want to go ahead to join it. So for this pattern, I'm cutting it together. And that is what we actually have on the pattern. There's no joining by the side of the dress. Now what I'll be using as a yardstick to cut out that side is my waist. I'm going to use my waist circumference divided by 4, which is 7. Now to make sure that the back does not really cover very well, what I'll do is I'll minus 2 inches from that measurement. That is, the first measurement I marked is my waist circumference divided by 4. My waist is 28 divided by 4. I have 7. So from that 7 inches, I came in by 2 inches, and I'll use that line to draw out a straight line. So from here, I'll mark 2 inches, and I'm going to go ahead to blend it in or towards the bust area of this pattern. So if you're wondering why I used my waistline, you notice at the back of the shirt is open. Now if I use my bust measurement at the bust area, when I tie that loop at the back, when you tie it, the bust area might be a bit loose. So if I use my waist as a measurement at that part, when I tie the upper part of the shirt with the rope at the back, it will help make the bust area fitted. If you notice, the lower part of this shirt is a bit open and free, so it won't really affect that part. So from the waistline, I came down by 5 inches. After that, I went up by half. I felt it's going to be a bit too low, so from there I connected towards the button area, and I will connect this. Now after I'm done connecting this is what I will have for my shirt. Now I'm going to go ahead to add an extension at the upper part of my collar, but first I'm just going to go ahead to cut this out. So if you have any question, please kindly leave it at the comment section. Now for the extension, what I'll be using is 3.5 inches. Now if you're wondering how I got this, when you're cutting your blazer or where you mark your basic neckline for the back, that is 3 by 1.5 inches. If you measure what you have round, you'll find out that you have 3.5 inches for the round neck measurement. So I'm just going to mark that 3.5 inches, and I'm going to extend it all the way up. So for this shirt, I feel because of the extension at the upper part, is either you're going to weave out the part of this shirt going towards the back, or you're going to like cut out a facing that will go down towards the bust area. I'll go ahead and indicate this part as my shirt pattern. So when you're cutting this part, please go ahead to add extra 1.5 inches in front, so that you will have like a folding allowance to create your button allowance. Now you can now go ahead to cut out your strap that you attach at the back of your shirt. Now let's go ahead to cut out the collar. Now you need to go ahead to take the round measurement of what you have here to cut out the shirt collar. So what I have is 10.5 inches. And remember, you're going to take this measurement after you're done folding your button allowance and you're done stitching it. So here's the 10.5 inches, and whatever you're going to cut, it will be on fold, making it 21 inches together. Now go ahead to fold this into two, find the midpoint. Now at this edge, go up by ½ inch. Now you can go ahead to connect it to the midpoint this way. After you're done connecting, the next step you're going to take is to mark your collar stand. Now you can use 1 inch or 1.5. It totally depends on the person. Now for this collar stand, you can go ahead and cut it out as a single stand, and then cut out the upper part of the collar. That is, cut this band out and cut out the collar, or you can cut your collar in form of a one-piece collar. So now I'll just draw out a curve. You notice this curve in front of your shirt collar stand. So from here I'll measure 2 inches, and from here I'll measure 1 inch inwards and go up by 3 inches. Now I'm going to place my ruler and I will connect. Now from here I will go ahead to draw a straight line, and then go ahead to come out by ½ inch. You can come out by ½ inch or 1 inch. This totally depends on how pointy you want the collar to be. So this is our collar, and I'm going to go ahead to cut this out. Now just like I said, you can cut the collar part separately and cut the collar separately. That way you will have your collar stand and your collar separately. But if you want to cut it as one piece, go ahead to cut it this way and cut it on fold. Now you're going to reattach it to your shirt. That is after you're done joining the back neckline to the other side of the back neckline. So if you haven't yet subscribed, kindly hit on the subscribe button and join us in our next video.